We are following breaking news as we come on the air. A shooting involving Wheatridge police. This happened at 32nd and Youngfield sometime after 2 o'clock. Sky 9 gave us a view from above. Police have the intersection at 32nd and Youngfield completely blocked off. We know very little details at this point. We did confirm the officer involved was not hurt. Wheatridge police do plan to give us an update soon. We have a team that just got to that scene. 9 News reporter Shalima Maharaj joins us from that area. So I know the area is blocked off. Shalima, what else can you tell us?
Yeah, we've been speaking to some people here who have been having a lot of trouble obviously getting around. This is completely blocked off. I want to give you a sense of what this scene looks like. We have a motorcycle just in the corner here at the intersection, and so we've been asking police for any information on exactly how this scene came to be, what transpired here. No information just yet. We are told we may get an update within the next hour or so. But then if you take a look a little bit more to the left here, just around that underpass there, you can see some evidence markers, more police vehicles. We have different police vehicles from Jefferson County, of course, over here. We mentioned Wheatridge. We also have Arvada Police here. So a lot of different law enforcement entities on scene for this investigation. What we're told right now is that they are waiting for members of the critical incident response team. So again, very limited details. The only thing we do know at this point, this was an officer-involved shooting. The officer was uninjured, but beyond that, no further details. But we are going to stay on this story, and we will bring you the very latest details as those become available to us. For now, I'll send it back to you in studio.
All right, we'll wait for that. Thank you, Shalima. Busy area coming up on the rush hour, so a lot going on.
Shalima, thank you. Well, right now we are keeping an eye on storms rolling through. In the last 2 hours alone, we've seen rain, sunshine, lightning, all of the above. So let's get a check in your forecast with Corey. Corey, I know things are changing rapidly. What are you seeing right now?
Well, we're getting another round of thunderstorms coming through the Denver metro area.
Oh, thunderstorms. Okay, thunderstorms popping off this afternoon are causing some delays at the airport. We will get a check in your weather soon with Corey, but first we're going to check in with 9 News reporter Janelle Finch. She joins us live from DIA. Janelle, we saw a brief ground stop around an hour ago. That's cleared, but it's still causing some problems out there.
Yeah, absolutely. We've been here for the last couple of hours now and just refreshing FlightAware. At this moment, more than 900 flights are delayed at DIA, and just a little bit over 24 flights have been canceled. All day, though, the airport has been experiencing on and off ground stops. The most recent stop, as you mentioned, just ended after 3 p.m. Also, as you said, DIA is now experiencing ground delays through 10 p.m. This afternoon, weather is impacting most everyone at DIA, whether you're heading out or just getting in.
So far it's 30 minutes, but sometimes airlines are notorious for stretching it out an extra 30 minutes and notifying you. And so we've just learned our margin is very wide and we keep our expectations low.
We flew in circles around Steamboat Springs, between there and Cheyenne, I guess, according to the map I was looking at on the screen there. So we probably did about half a dozen circles.
The FAA says flights coming into DIA are experiencing delays up to 2 hours, and of course flights out are also experiencing delays. So if you are planning on picking up a passenger from the airport sometime today or hitting the skies yourself, you're going to want to keep a close eye on those flight times as they are constantly changing. Live from DIA, Janelle Finch, 9 News.
Good point, Janelle. If you're picking up, you do not want to do that circle
Nope.
again and
You're
again.
stuck. Exactly.
All right, thank you.
Especially when that can be a very bumpy circle. So those delays at DIA have been mounting throughout the day. Not only the weather right here in the Denver area, but just the wind all together all across the western United States. Really bumpy out there. Let's look at the time lapse here with storm reports. No hail reported with these storms, no tornadoes, but look at the wind gusts reported throughout the Denver area. A 58-mile-per-hour wind gust reported at Denver International Airport. So 50 to 65-mile-per-hour winds. You can see why the airport is backed up, and a lot of us have been impacted by these winds. We're starting to see the winds kick back up here in the Denver metro area as the temperatures are hanging right about the 80-degree mark. And that's because we have one more little round of storms moving through the Denver area. These are not going to produce 60-plus mile-per-hour winds, but some 40-mile-per-hour wind gusts are probably being felt across the city right now. And we do have a severe thunderstorm watch in place. You see the blue colors out here on the eastern plains. That goes until 9 o'clock tonight. So we'll have the wind threat, as you can see these storms forming kind of a bow echo here, pushing wind out in front of it. And there's also a hail threat with those storms. So I'll detail that coming up in the full forecast, and that's just in a few minutes, guys.
Corey, thank you. Breaking news out of Chaffee County. A fire is burning north of Buena Vista, triggering mandatory evacuations for people living nearby. It's called the Mountain View Fire, and right now it's about 20 acres in size. People living in the Morrison Creek subdivision and Mountain View Estate subdivision have been ordered to evacuate. A pre-evacuation notice is also issued for people within a 5-mile radius. Anyone impacted can head to the Buena Vista Sheriff's Office on Steel Drive. And at this time, there's no word on how that fire was started. New developments tonight in the criminal case against the man accused of attacking people on Pearl Street.
A federal prosecutor told the judge her office had not yet decided if it will file murder charges against Mohammed Solomon. He now faces murder charges in state court after one of the victims died last month. In federal court this morning, the judge set a trial date for early September, but said making a schedule was somewhat useless until the U.S. Attorney's Office decides if it will add a murder charge. Solomon is accused of firebombing a group of people walking in Boulder to raise awareness for Israeli hostages held in Gaza since October of 2023. We will continue to monitor any updates as they become available. It is another difficult and emotional day in Central Texas. At least 120 people have been killed by the flooding there.
And more than 160 are still missing. Jay Gray has been on the ground in hard-hit Kerr County all week and brings us an update.
It is a difficult, at times grisly and overwhelming task working through thick mud and debris.
We are finding vehicles and RVs deep inside the debris that you can't even see from the outside. And so the challenges are there, they're real.
The loss, gut-wrenching. At least 120 dead, more than 160 still missing. And like those horrific numbers, the search effort is growing.
10 states have sent specially trained teams to our community, and 2 more states are en route. There's more than 2,100 responders on the ground here from state, local, and federal agencies, working to reunite victims with families.
Fueling that effort, literally, Mercy Chefs.
We were on site with them Saturday, making sure they got fed. And from there, we've moved into feeding other volunteers and then the victims, the people of the county that have lost so much.
Serving 4,000 to 5,000 meals a day with the help of more than 100 local volunteers.
You know, we believe amazing things happen over a shared meal. Everybody here in the county has lost someone or knows someone who has lost. And they just want to help in any way they can.
A desire. That's right. Driving hundreds of helpers as the cleanup and recovery begins.
It feels heartbreaking, man. I just drop everything in my mind and I say, I want to help.
Heartbreak that, like the need for help, will surely last a long time here. Jay Gray, NBC News, Ingram, Texas.
I know a lot of you feel helpless out there. You can help those devastated by the floods in Texas. Our parent company, Tegna, has created a way for everyone to give. Scan the QR code that you see right there on your screen. That will lead you to be able to donate. We also have information on how to donate on 9news.com.